Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael with One-Eyed Fat Man Studios, and I'm going to show you some of the commissions that I've finished the last couple of days. The biggest one, of course, was the Stan Winston Godzilla for Godzilla 94, which is going to, he's named Sean Duffany, in New York. Will be going out tomorrow. The next one I did was the commission. A gentleman drew this for a friend of his who likes Ninja Turtles and horror and asked if I could make it, so he sent me the picture, and we have the Ninja Snapping Turtle Serial Killer Hunter, who has Jason's masks and Michael's knife and Freddy's glove as trophies. This is based on the artwork. You can see that on my Facebook page. I think I've also posted it on Snakes of Clay, which is Anthony Snakes of Clay there on Facebook. He also has a YouTube page. I watch him a lot. And then we have a police officer who is bomb disposal and wanted me to do the bomb disposal suit for him for his desk. So we have that here, which comes with the computer here, the control panel on his arm, the lights on the back of the helmet. It's not a perfect piece by any sense, but I think it turned out really well. I've smoothed it. It's been mounted to the base with Avez sculpting epoxy, so we've got those done. As I said, I'm kind of waiting for them to show up and pick these up. It's been an interesting week here, a lot of rain. But I'm also now working on this guy. This, as you see, the body is a Shogun Warriors Godzilla that came out in the 70s. Gentleman found just what you see here in the green. That's all that they had. And he wanted a Godzilla, but he wanted something different than other people's Shogun Godzillas. So I suggested a legendary Godzilla sculpt done in the very comical style of the Shogun Warriors line that they did in the 70s. They did I think it was 3 or 4 Shogun Warriors and Godzilla. There were 3 different versions of Godzilla. I believe there were 2 in the States, different colors, and then there was a Japanese release that had a pull string on the back that made Godzilla roar. But we started the head and the arm. I just basically laid clay on the head and the arm and made the armature for those pieces and the tail. But I worked on the head today, and I'll turn that light on. And as you can see, it is not only a comical version of the legendary Godzilla, but it's Mechagodzilla in disguise. So it's turning out real well. I'm excited to see how it goes. Then after this commission, I have 2 coffins to make for a local mortician. I have the foam cut for the coffins right here. And this is the silver one that he wants me to do. And then the gold one. Now the gold one here is the same one that Michael Jackson was buried in. George Floyd was buried in. I think he wants to use them for paperweights. And I have we've done the mark down as far as taking the dimensions and reduced them. But we got some different pictures and stuff. Here's close up, I think, of this one. And then here's the gold one, close-up of it. So we have 2 of those. And the armature you see there is for Dritz. If you're a D&D fan, you know who Dritz is. If you're not, they're putting a figure out finally in December of Dritz. And the most popular D&D character that they've ever created. Really kind of stoked. I've actually got his swords over there. The museum replicas used to do the Dritz swords. Another company has them now that does them, but they're very bad aluminum alloy knockoffs. They're not worth $150. The ones over there are actually surgical steel. They have great inlay and false stones, of course. There's no real rubies and diamonds, but they're pretty cool. But as you can see, I've got the arm. This arm will be fully mechanical, and I've done it with foam and run armature wire down inside, and we can kind of pop it back on. And these are the toenails that I baked today. They're made out of Kato polyclay, so we will glue those on a little bit later. So the toenails are done. But if you want to look at what I've done, I've basically sculpted the head and then started cutting away where the mechanical parts are exposed. I am going to take the arm of Godzilla and make a mold, or the leg right here, and make a mold and then pour a reverse mold so I can go over the clay and make the texture look closer to what you see on the actual figure. I do believe Zach's probably got somebody that can paint it. So, and what I do when I'm sculpting and when I'm working on a piece, I constantly try to send people updates of the pieces that I'm making for them. So, that way, if there's anything they don't like, they can tell me, hey, can you change this or can you change that? So that's what I'm doing here. Listening to the Godzilla soundtrack, music by Bear McCreary for the King of the Monsters soundtrack in the background here. So, anyway, we rebooted the page. We're starting over, focusing more on sculpting and doing separate videos for figures and stuff. A lot of nice figures came out last week. We'll deal with that probably in a video tomorrow or Friday. Not really for sure yet when we're going to get to that. It depends when Brian is here from Pop Chaos and we can get it done. I'm in the process. My wife is fixing to get a camera to where we can start doing the time-lapse and the voiceover. We're also working on a commercial for the page. I do have a Patreon account, I have a Facebook account, we have a Twitter account. You can like and subscribe here. You can go check us out on those pages. The Patreon account right now really helps pay for stuff for big projects. I do have a school that wants me to come and visit and show people how to sculpt. We'll see how that goes. She was in here today for that. Yay. Anyway, Godzilla, Shogun, 70s. Working on it, getting there, doing what needs to be done. Guys, I've been able to sculpt since kindergarten. I was born with that talent. It's something that I do. But one of the things I want to address before my time runs out here, since I only have 20 minutes, is people that are artistic usually are their own worst critics. So if you could find it in your all's hearts to stop being so cruel to up-and-coming artists, and I don't think anybody that watches mine are, but if you know, watches my page or deal with me, they don't do that. But if you know somebody that's just overly critical of someone's artwork, take a step back and tell them, you know, a lot of work goes into this, and words hurt, and you don't get to take them back. The damage is done. You can say sorry all you want to, but the damage is done, people. So let's, you know, try to be nicer to one another as artists. Be more professional. Be more respectful of the hard work that goes into it. Because it may look easy for someone to sculpt, but let me tell you, it doesn't matter how many pieces I've sculpted. Some of them I can blow through in no time, like the Ninja Turtle, and others, like Godzilla, took 4 months. And I was very aware of the areas where I was having trouble, and I wanted to make sure it was the best that I was doing. And guys, just kind of be better at how you respond. You know, constructive criticism is good, But when you go in there and you have nothing positive whatsoever to say, you've set this person up for... Some people just give up. I've been there. I gave up because someone in my family told me I'd never amount to anything with this. So that being said, I'm not going to talk about it anymore on this video. This also is the same foam as you see right here with aluminum foil over it, and I did run armature wire through the center so it would give us the ability to move the tail and kind of change the position if we wanted to. There was a lot of thought that went into how I was going to do this. Once again, I don't draw these things out before I start. It's all here. I don't draw the greatest. I mean, it's passable for most things. But I don't draw out the pieces before I start. So that being said, when I get done with the commissions that I have, I probably will run right up to the wire. As far as December with the Doomsday is probably going to be pretty difficult, because Doomsday is a character I've done several times, but I kind of try and do something different with each one. You get these little peels of clay off here. And I have yet to smooth the head with any mineral spirits or rubbing alcohol or anything. So, yeah, it's just very rough. Why did I do the head first? Because I wanted to. I don't know which other way to say it. I was really looking forward to doing this one, and I wanted it to be something that when I did it, it just looked really, really awesome, and I am really pleased with how it's turning out so far. Most of the work you see here on the head is from today. I had sculpted the head and then went home and then decided where I wanted the head to have the damaged skin. You know, in the original Godzilla, we kind of had the arm had a little mark on it. I wanted to kind of go full-blown Terminator. One with it, you know, half the face. The arm's going to have some stuff done to it. I've still got some ridges to put on the head up here as far as this eye ridge or eyebrow is concerned. So, of course, this day's about over, so we're right there at the end of the day. We close here at 7, and I usually go home when they close. That way, you know, I don't have to worry about locking things up or somebody coming in here and trying to rob me from my big old valuable vault of clay, you know. Yes. A lot of people out there right now that are hurting, so shoplifting, theft is up. And it can be pretty scary when you're in here at 9 or 10 at night by yourself. We are close to a motel that does have some issues, so that's about it for this video. Like I said, I am going to make a mold off of the arm so I can match the particular style of the, I think they're called ketoid burns because of the radioactive burns. I think that's what they call them in the movies. But they'll be back with this tomorrow. We'll show some more. Who knows? I may be done with this guy in the next day or two. I've been moving pretty fast here recently after I got done with the big Godzilla, so it's been pretty interesting. Really excited for this piece. Really excited to see how Zach responds when he gets it. Unfortunately, I don't have a painter, and I don't paint, so if there's anybody out there looking for a job and you can airbrush or you can paint real well, I'm looking for a painter. Bear in mind, I am a very small studio. It's just me, not a lot of resources, but I do plan on paying people what they're worth. I don't want to cheat people out of their hard-earned work by giving them a pittance. Anyway, so that's it for today. Hit like, subscribe, vote. Everybody go vote. if you want to see things change, you have to vote. You have to let your voice be heard. That's as political as I'm going to get on this. Be nice to your neighbor. Be nice to yourself. Happy birthday to my business partner and one of my friends, Jim Tull, 54 years old today. Thank you to my wife, who does the camera work, my children, who are some of my biggest fans, my best friend Greg, to Brian and Kathy and Jeremy for all the hard work they do. Keep praying, keep working towards tomorrow, and have a great day. God bless, and I'll catch you next time.